Oh, look, gotta move the monitors. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just at Lamb of God, okay, in Pennsylvania with my friend Eric, who works for PRS. Eric, you're a legend. Okay, so Kublai Khan went on before Lamb of God, crushed it. Okay. So Eric sent me this. He's like, dude, check out BOOMSLANG. Now listen, I know I don't have a 7-string. I know it's not in drop. Whatever. Okay. You're just going to have to deal with it, all right? But here we go. Let's watch it together. Let's pick up what we can pick up.
BOOMSLANG!
Small drum kit.
Taking away everything. Giving a rise on the unity. Call to me, baby.
Okay, all right. We're going back. Sounds like we're in A flat, okay? So, call this drop A flat, if you will, G sharp, something like that. So, what I'm noticing so far is you got this, right? This flat 9, okay? But an octave above, right? But it sounds here because you really have an octave below on the 7-string way down. So you're pedaling off that open A flat and you got that really, really hard, even on a 7-string, but when it's dropped down like that, really hard to stay in pitch and intonate correctly. It's so wobbly, it's loose in the hands, really tough to do, okay? I gotta stress that, really tough. You can do it like, right, that's your vibe. But there's a little pull to it.
Taking away everything. Giving a rise on the unity.
Now that move right there. Do it again.
Call to me, baby.
Right, flat 5. And then it was like a flat 3, flat 9 root. So again, 1, flat 9, flat 3, flat 5 so far. Couldn't get heavier, right? Phrygian-ish, if you will. Tuned down, about as heavy as you can get it. Playing it, mind you, on a 4-string. And by the way, this guy at the show was wearing shorts. And I looked over at Eric and I was like, nothing better than seeing an unapologetic metal band come out rocking shorts, old Dimebag style. Love to see it. Everyone out there is like, oh, you can only rock wearing all black pants. Incorrect. Same basic riff, swapped the time feel, okay? And hanging on that flat 9. Yeah.
Sickness the witch. I never found a cure. Circle pit, baby. Therapy to public execution. My only solution. Killing control.
Yes!
Keep it up. And I dropped a knife in. Took the handle. You're still smiling. No, I hate you. Return your psychers, you.
Yes!
From malevolence, baby.
From Malevolence. Ooh, that switch was gnarly.
Malevolence, baby.
That move.
I'm hit.
That. What do we got here?
I'm hit. New low.
Right? So we have to move up an octave to be able to go down, right? We can't be dropped, which is why you see his hand up. But harmonically, it's in the same spot as this. So 1, major 7, right? Flat 9, right? Right? Or is it? No. Right?
I'm hit new low.
I mean, 1, half step down, 2 steps up, half step down. This is, again, I mentioned Dimebag before. Dimebag has this great quote where he's in some interview somewhere talking about how, Kerry King was the one, in his opinion, that, like, when they got into the thrash metal and they got into all these notes that didn't make sense and they weren't in a certain key and why does it work? And he's just like, yeah, everybody had this book. And then Kerry said, you know what? Fuck that book. Like, I'm writing a new book. And that's the new book. And you combine these low tunings, these super grooves with lots of space in them, and you can just play half step below the root, half step above the root, and just make them take it, right? Just make them swirl and take it. It's why I love this music.
And you just keep turning away at me.
Inverted power chords there. You hear that fifth in the root, in the bass? Right there. Again. Okay, 2 things. 1, you saw how the bass player dropped out for a bit and came back in. Not enough bands, especially heavy bands, do that, okay? Where it's always one machine gun, everybody moves at the same time approach, which I love, okay? But if you can add any sense of into this, you know what I mean? It's memorable. And I really remember that from the show. I was like, this bass player, I was like, and the tone, I was like, to me, the band was the bass player. Like, I know people are going to lose their minds. I'm not supposed to say stuff like that. But I was just like, this motherfucker over here in shorts rocking this 4-string is crushing my face. That's how I felt, right? And then these grooves, watch him. He's in here. And it's just this. This. Right? Half step, half step, half step, half step, right above the root, right? Not supposed to be able to do that. Doing it. Hanging on that flat 9. Oh, squeals. I mean, obviously I can't do it. Fun fact. Now, I have the wrong guitar. I have the wrong setting. And plugged in direct, it's not going to work out. I'm not on a 7-string. I don't have the gain. None of it's going to fly. But conceptually speaking, when you do a pinch harmonic, okay, you're letting the string come straight off the edge of the pick. You're not holding it like this, right? It's not coming straight out. It's basically meeting the fleshy part of your hand, and you're letting it run directly into your finger, okay? And it's the finger that makes the string stop vibrating from here to here at like this larger frequency, and it makes it shrink to a tighter, faster frequency, right? At an octave or a third, some other vibration that naturally exists in the string, right? It's the same exact concept of like if you play piano and you drop a chord on piano and you hold like the sustain pedal, and then you lift your hand up, but you leave like one note down, you'll hear the whole chord ringing out on that one string, even though you're not playing that anymore. Because inside any one reverberation, you have all those multitudes of reverberations inside. I'm not a physics guy, I can't explain it, but it's fucking real, okay? Now, the point of that whole story is that people who are really good at these pinch harmonics know exactly where each one is. Like whether... Hear how this one, right? That sounds like an octave, right? Actually, that one sounds like an octave. Maybe that one's a fifth, right? And so they know their instrument, they know their amplifier, and they know where the specific ones are on the neck or on right here. And it's this tiny little window, but it's the exact same thing for those of you that know that your harmonics are always at 12, 7, 5, 4. And there's more up here, I know. But again, that thing exists here in pinch harmonics. So when you really know your instrument, you trust your pickups, you know your amplifier has the juice, and you can dig into there, you can control which one is which. Anyway, there's my little whatever that was. Yes!
Slow it down for me, baby girl, I wanna watch!
Yeah! Oh! Did you hear that effect they added on the snare where they dropped it again?
Slow it down for me, baby girl, I wanna watch!
Dude, so sick. That's the end of the song. Okay, my TK takeaways. Number 1, this is an awesome band. Of course, they're from Texas. Number 2, the bass player, is the standout for me. It certainly was live. The tone, he had like a razor's edge bass tone. Like just the whole time I was just like this. And the guy in front of me, he kept looking back at me like this. He was like, yeah, the bass player. Yeah, bass. Like everyone knew. Number 3, bringing the bass in and out while the dynamic change didn't change much, like the texture did. That's huge. 4th, when you have this much space and you alternate between grooves, even though the main riff, like the vibe of the riff, isn't changing, you can clearly make up different parts of the songs and take you on this different arc. And lastly, doing that allows you to half step all over the place, right? And bands like this, like, it's not supposed to work, but here we are, and it's awesome. That's it, my friends. I love you all. If you dig the vibe here, if you learned something, you thought it was interesting, please hit subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments and where we should go next. And also just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to PRS for sponsoring my last 700,000 subscriber giveaway. Someone just got a brand new PRS guitar along with free teleport pedals. And so I want to say thank you, Eric, and everyone at PRS for having my back always. I love you all. Take care. Keep the guitar in your hands. Cheers. Yes.